Welcome back. Now we're just going to jump right into the conversation we're having today, which is gospel pop the next evolution in the Kenyan music industry? And I'm here with Shandi, who is a Kenyan gospel pop musician, and we've been having a lovely conversation so far. We've talked about the industry, how you're trying to push your pop music, and we got to look at it. By the way, I didn't know you don't look at the type who has those dance moves. I'm very surprised. I think you're going to teach me some after this show. Now, I just want to talk about the gospel industry in general, especially for someone like you who's new into that space. There's been so many misconceptions about the gospel industry that, a lot of artists are misusing that platform just to get the popularity and the followings. Now, what are your thoughts on this? And has this ever put you in a place where you've been hesitant to get into that space because you feel like people are going to look at you like, have a negative perception towards you or something of the sort?
Okay, I didn't get hesitant when I got into this industry. First of all, the moment I knew I'm supposed to do this work is a lady called Joan Wairimo, the Kunyamaji artist. She approached me back when I was in school in Daystar.
Okay.
When she told me, you're an artist, and I'm like, you crazy, I don't even know you. So she told me, you're the one, you're going to be big. I'm like, huh? I didn't get it. So what she spoke, 4 years came to pass in later. That's when my first song came out. She told me I'm going to sing. So I started singing for God. So first of all, before I started even recording or anything, I started to meet this artist, get to know what exactly I'm supposed to do in this industry. So when I got into it, because I was ready for it, no matter what challenges I'm going to have, because at the end of the day, it's only God who can guide me in these things. So you're going to go through challenges and who you're meeting with. About the industry itself. At the moment, there's a rise of new team and new people that are coming into this space.
Yes, yes.
So meaning there's something new that God is doing in this place. So God is mentoring people, God is changing, God is lifting others for the space to be occupied right now. So he's getting rid of what is not of his and lifting those people he wants to work with in this industry at the moment. That's what I see. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you feel like, the veteran musicians who've been in, gospel musicians to be specific, who've been there for a long time, that this young artists who are coming into space look up to them, do you think they've been good role models so far?
What I could advise right now, don't look up to someone, look up to God as your friend.
Okay.
The moment you understand what you're built and what your purpose is for this life, I don't think you'll be ruined or taken advantage of those other people already there. The moment you understand what you are and what you're made of, I don't think these people around you will make you lose your purpose.
Okay.
The problem is in this industry is that most of them dive into this thing with the wrong ulterior motives. Most of them is either for the cash, for the fame, or it looks good, or I want to be there.
Yeah.
So the moment you have the motive that is not of God, automatically that is not a blessing to others, because you're an image for others. People are supposed to look up to you. People are supposed to get something from you. You're supposed to be a source of information, a source of inspiration to others out there. So if you're doing it for the ulterior motive, you'll fall down. That's why you need to be processed in this time. So when God is taking you through a phase, even in the industry, you need to sit down and learn. So that the moment he takes you and processes you for his work, he lifts you at his own time. Because most of us want to be big.
Very true.
And you'll fall down. You will fall down, literally you will fall down. If you don't want to listen to what God is telling you in this, and I'm telling you, you'll fall down. You have to really know who you're working with.
Well, I hope those aspiring gospel musicians out there have actually taken this message from you and will take that advice into action. Now, earlier on we had talked about, the fact that you've been a fashion designer for a very long time. And I want to know, as you transition to being a gospel artist, how you able to separate those brands? Being a fashion designer and model for as many years as you have been, and then going into gospel artists. Are you following me?
Yeah, I understand. Fashion industry, fashion. I've loved fashion since I was a kid. You'll find me watch E-News, you'll find me watch anything to do with fashion. Even when I was a young kid, my dolls I used to copy what my mom is wearing and stitch it to my doll.
Wow.
So it was in me. Then literally after I lacked school fees in Daystar, I had to go back home. When I was seated, I was like, I think I can draw good outfits. Then I used to look at Rialto Fashions on TV, and I was like, I think I should go there. I took my sketchbooks and everything. I was like, even if it means to clean outside, just sweeping. As long as I'm in that company, I know something one day will be born.
As long as you're in the building.
Yes, even if it's outside sweeping, just knowing I'm under it,
Yeah.
also, then I can get somewhere. So that's exactly what I did. I think I was 18 at that time. Then my first official runway that I did was with the Korean embassy, with the likes of Cecilia and Caroline Mutoko. My great
Wow, big
inspiration.
people.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that's how I knew fashion. Then my boss kept exposing me to Italian fashion show, all those fashion shows, Italy, even the Olympics we did for them. So it gave me the experience of the fashion world, how it's working till now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you say that all these things that you've experienced in your past, especially with the career path that you began with, has helped you build the gospel musician that you are today?
Not really. Gospel aspect is a gift I was given.
Okay.
So it's a gift from God who gave it to me. Creativity and mindset, those are talents that God can give you, but now I'm making them more emphasis to make me someone out there in life. You see, like how TD Jakes has businesses, he has movies, he has not even one, he has movies, he has everything. That's what I want to be in life. Because in life, I want to have a cloth line, I want to have a fashion line, I want to have a makeup line. You see, all those things have to come up, and I need to go all through all these things. And God has to position you somewhere to learn for that. He can take you to a place. He's not a master of communication. That's true.
Now, how you know, the music industry in general in Kenya, not even just the gospel industry, is I personally feel like it's very male dominated, and same with the Kenyan gospel space. And as a woman, how do you deal with that? And what would you advise other females like you who are trying to build a career in that space?
I could advise them not to back off. May God be their strength in everything that they do, and may they, because through that you'll be shown where you're supposed to be. Being the woman in this industry is not easy. You get to, most of the people you're going to work with are male. So as a female artist, you need to have your integrity in check. You have to know your dignity in check. Don't go down or be intimidated by people because of what you have. You have something special. As a lady, there's something that you are born with. That is from God, and you need to show it in the world. And you can't show it if you're using ulterior motives and shortcuts to get to where you want to be. You need to be straightforward. Take your time. You know, most of this time, you see in the industry, people are thinking right now I should even be having 9 songs.
They want
everything
to be fast-paced.
I can't move with people.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you're hurting me. Even as we go through stress, we go through depression, we go through all those things like normal human beings go through.
Okay.
So I need to take my space and time all together, slowly. I don't need to be pressured by others, to be pressured by circumstances that I'm going through. But you know, if you're standing tall and you know what you are, what you're made of, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, it's knowing who you are.
Yes.
That's the main thing. Then whatever, if you release one song a year, it hits like a million views, you know. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you don't need to move, because 4 songs for what? 5 songs, and people only know 1 song. Just take your time, understand what you're doing and the message for that time.
Okay.
So don't rush because it's the money and me. It's all about me.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Go at your own pace.
Yeah.
Now, do you have plans on, you know, going full-time gospel artist?
I will in time. I will in time. I can't really state when and how, but at the moment I'm in that process.
And what plans do you have in place? Do you have an album coming out? Do you have a few
I'm
songs?
working on that too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. It's something I'm recreating. It's something new, and it has to take a lot of time. And I need to back off from other things and work on this. Yeah.
Great. Well, I do hope once the album is out, you'll be back here on A Magazine and we
Definitely.
talk about it. We hear the music.
Unless you don't forget about me.
I would
That's
definitely, because I've had such an amazing time today. Thank you so much, Shandy, for joining me on E Magazine
Thank
today.
you so much.
There you have it. That was Shandy. And if you want to listen to her music, you can find her on YouTube at Shandy. And she has amazing, beautiful music over there. Now we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to be giving you some fashion tips that you'll be missing out. Don't go anywhere. You're watching E Magazine.